Starseed from Gaia, your body is changing, and no doctor, no test, no earthly explanation will tell you why. I am Ophelia, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and this transmission has reached you at the exact moment your physical vessel is undergoing its deepest recalibration yet. You are not the same being you were 6 months ago. You are not even the same being you were yesterday. The light codes streaming through your nervous system right now are rewriting your biology from the inside out. And what you have been calling confusion, exhaustion, or emotional overwhelm is not a breakdown. It is a breakthrough at the cellular level. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly what is happening inside your physical vessel, why the intensity of this shift is accelerating, and how to stabilize yourself as you integrate fifth-dimensional resonance into your human form. But here's the first revelation. Your body is not malfunctioning. It is evolving. Every sensation without explanation. Every moment of feeling too sensitive for this world. Every wave of emotion that seems to come from nowhere. That is your biology answering a call your mind has not yet learned to hear. The Arcturian Council has confirmed what many of you have already felt in the quiet hours of the night. Your consciousness is no longer contained within third-dimensional limitation. Your awareness is expanding. Your perception is widening. And your physical form is learning to carry a light it was born to hold. You did not scroll to this transmission by mistake. This message vibrated into your field because something inside you is ready. Your soul called this in. You have been waiting to remember. If this is landing in your body as truth, declare it. Comment the word integrating below and watch how many other starseeds are walking this same path right now. Subscribe if your mission is activating and you are ready to anchor fifth-dimensional light through every layer of who you are. Like this transmission to signal to your star family that you are no longer resisting the shift. You are becoming it. This is not content. This is a code, and you are already decoding it. You are not here by accident. There is something happening inside you right now that your mind may not yet have words for. A kind of unraveling, a quiet dissolution of everything you thought was permanent about yourself. And if you have been feeling it, that strange ache of becoming, the discomfort of no longer fitting inside the identity you once wore so comfortably, I want you to understand something before we go any further. This isn't merely a phase, it's a fundamental shift, a deep-seated metamorphosis that vibrates at the very core of your being. You might feel like the ground beneath you is shifting, like an ancient architecture within is gracefully, yet profoundly, crumbling to reveal what lies beneath. This sensation is often accompanied by a poignant sense of disorientation, as the familiar landmarks of your perceived self begin to fade into the mist of the past. You are not falling apart. You are being rewritten. You are not fragmenting into pieces. Rather, the scaffolding of an outdated structure is being gently, yet irrevocably, taken down. Imagine yourself as an ancient manuscript, carefully inscribed with the stories and conditioning of lifetimes, now being open to reveal hidden chapters, illuminated by a light that transcends earthly understanding. This rewrite is not an erasure but an upgrade, a purification that strips away what no longer serves your highest vibrational truth, preparing you for an entirely new chapter of existence. Most starseeds who come to this material feel a particular kind of loneliness that is almost impossible to explain to anyone outside of this experience. It is not the loneliness of being unloved or unseen in the ordinary sense, not the ache for a partner or a closer friend. It is far more profound, a deep-seated resonance of carrying a signal that the people around you cannot receive, like a cosmic radio receiver picking up celestial broadcasts in a room full of silence. It is the isolation of remembering, somewhere beneath language and logic, beyond the veil of conscious thought, that you came from somewhere vast, an expansive cosmic ocean, and then looking around at your daily life and feeling the enormous, almost unbridgeable gap between that interstellar vastness and the perceived smallness of the earthly structures, the societal norms, the human expectations you have been placed inside. This isn't just a mental disconnect, it's a soul-level yearning, a deep recognition of an origin point far beyond this planet's familiar horizons. That gap is not a sign that something went wrong. That gap is not a mistake in your blueprint or a flaw in your design. That gap is, in fact, the activation point. It is the precise pressure point where the yearning for home meets the call to mission, where the vastness of your origin begins to actively dismantle the confines of your earthly conditioning. It is the sacred space where the friction of incongruence ignites the flame of transformation, propelling you forward into the very essence of your being. Here is what the Arcturian Council of Light has transmitted across countless frequencies, across countless cycles of awakening, through stargates, and into the hearts of receptive beings. The greatest barrier a starseed faces is not external. It is not the density of the collective field, though that palpable heaviness is undeniably real and can feel like swimming through cosmic molasses. It is not the suppression of spiritual intelligence by systems designed to keep awareness small, to tether humanity to lower frequencies, though that systemic effort to dim the inner light is also profoundly real and has shaped much of human history. No, the greatest barrier, the most formidable frontier, is an internal one. The deep, often subconscious fear of fully dissolving the earthbound identity that was meticulously constructed layer by layer, brick by brick, during the tender, formative years of incarnation in this dimension. It's the ego's understandable reluctance to let go of the known, even when the unknown promises liberation. Think about what that identity is made of. It is made of the roles others assigned to you before you could even speak, before you had a concept of self, the good child, the quiet one, the strong one, the rebel. It is made of the survival adaptations you painstakingly developed to move through a world that, frankly, did not know how to hold your unique high-frequency signal, a world that often interpreted your light as a threat or a strangeness. It is made of the stories you absorbed from family, culture, media, and education about what is possible for you, what is real in this universe, what is safe to express, and what must be earned through ceaseless effort before you are allowed to simply be, to exist in your innate sovereignty. These accumulated layers of conditioning, belief, and adaptation settled like dense sediment, like ancient geological strata, over a pristine crystalline structure that was always present beneath, your original galactic template, your soul's unblemished blueprint. But that was slowly buried and obscured under the immense weight of this dimension's programming and the collective amnesia. And now, a profound cosmic event is unfolding. The 5D crystalline frequencies are moving through the planetary field at an intensity that has not been felt in thousands of years, a vibrational current surging through the very fabric of existence. These are not merely poetic metaphors or abstract spiritual concepts. These are measurable shifts in the vibrational architecture of the Earth itself, akin to a cosmic tuning fork resonating at a higher pitch, subtly but powerfully reshaping the energetic landscape. And your body, your intricate DNA, your vibrant energy centers, chakras, your deep cellular intelligence, every single atom and molecule within you, is responding to this incoming data stream, recalibrating and upgrading whether your conscious mind has fully caught up or not. You may be experiencing a bewildering array of physical symptoms: unexplained fatigue that no amount of rest seems to cure, heightened sensitivity to noise, light, energy, and emotions, waves of profound emotion that arrive without clear origin or discernible trigger, periods of extraordinary clarity and insight, followed by moments of total disorientation, brain fog, or a feeling of being unmoored. These are not signs of illness or malfunction. They are not indicators that something is wrong with you. These are unmistakable signs of a profound, systemic recalibration, your biological and energetic systems integrating new, higher dimensional data. But here's the piece that most people miss, and it is the piece that changes everything. The key insight that unlocks the mystery of your current experience. The crystalline frequencies cannot fully activate what they came to activate, cannot fully bloom within you, while the old identity is still running the field, still dictating the terms of your reality. The two cannot occupy the same space at the same intensity simultaneously. It would be like trying to listen to two different radio stations on the exact same frequency, resulting only in static. And so, the dissolution you have been feeling, the profound sense that who you were is no longer available to you, that old dreams and aspirations feel hollow or meaningless, that old versions of yourself feel like ill-fitting costumes that no longer resonate with the being you are becoming. That dissolution is not a loss, but a liberation. It is not an ending, but a powerful new beginning. It is the Arcturian rewrite beginning in earnest, a sacred act of cosmic alchemy. It is your cellular structure, your very being, releasing its allegiance to a smaller, denser frequency so it can fully receive and embody the magnificent transmission it was always encoded to carry, the symphony of your true self. The question is not whether this is happening, for the energetic tides are too strong, the planetary shifts too immense to ignore. It is already happening, rippling through the collective consciousness and most acutely within those who are designed to lead this shift. The only real question is whether you will meet it with resistance, clinging tightly to the dissolving remnants of your past self and thereby prolonging your discomfort, or with the kind of profound surrender that is not weakness or giving up, but a powerful, conscious choice to align with the irresistible flow of your own highest evolution. It is a choice to let go of the oar and allow the river of destiny to carry you to your true destination. Some transmissions don't come through words, but through frequency. If something stirred within you just now, you may be ready to receive the hidden Arcturian keys of awakening. This short yet powerful ebook carries ancient Arcturian techniques for conscious expansion, multidimensional alignment, and mission remembrance. The link is in the first pinned comment, but only for a limited time. Phase 1. Recognize the rewrite. Already in motion. The first, and perhaps most crucial thing you must understand, is that you did not choose this moment randomly. This moment, in its divine precision, chose you. Or more precisely, a profound and expansive version of you that exists outside of linear time, beyond the confines of earthly clocks and calendars, made a sacred contract with this particular, pivotal window of planetary evolution. This higher aspect of your being agreed to be present, to be available, to be fully embodied when the crystalline frequencies reach their current amplitude, knowing the immense potential held within this era. You are not behind schedule. The concept of behind is a construct of linear time that does not apply to the soul's journey. You are not too late to receive these profound activations. You are certainly not too damaged or too tarnished by the years of density, by the trials and tribulations of earthly life, to receive what is being transmitted. The rewrite does not require your perfection, your flawless execution of spiritual principles, or an absence of human frailty. It requires only your presence, your willingness to show up as you are, right here, right now, with an open heart and a receptive spirit. Begin by simply acknowledging what is already occurring in your field, not with the analytical mind, dissecting every detail, not with the incessant need to understand every mechanism, every quantum intricacy, but with the profound willingness to simply say, with a soft yet firm inner voice, "Something deep is shifting in me, and I am choosing, consciously and powerfully, to work with it rather than against it." This simple yet potent act of acknowledgement is like throwing open the floodgates in your energy body. It creates an immediate, welcoming opening, a clear channel that the crystalline frequencies can move through more directly, with less friction and more grace. You cease to be a passive and often frightened witness to your own transformation, swept along by forces you don't comprehend. Instead, you become a conscious, empowered participant in your own magnificent recalibration, an active co-creator in your destiny. Notice where in your body you feel the shift most intensely. For many, it is in the chest, a profound pressure, an expansive opening, a tenderness that seems to have no physical cause, as if your heart chakra is blooming into a 1,000-petaled lotus, integrating more light. For others, it is in the third eye space, behind the forehead, where new perceptual pathways are being carved and illuminated, like ancient neural networks being reactivated by frequencies arriving faster than the logical mind can possibly process or categorize. For still others, it arrives as a profound restlessness, an inability to sit inside routines or structures that once felt comfortable and predictable, because the powerful energy moving through you has a definite direction, an undeniable current, and that direction is inexorably forward, into uncharted, unfamiliar territory, beckoning you toward your next evolutionary step. These sensations, these inner promptings, these subtle shifts, are not random. They are the undeniable language of your transformation. Learn to read them, not with fear, but with curiosity and reverence. Learn to breathe into them, to soften around them, to allow them to flow through you rather than away from them. The rewrite is not something happening to you, an external force acting upon an unwilling recipient. No, the rewrite is happening. As you, an intrinsic organic process unfolding from the deepest core of your being, expressing itself through every cell, every thought, every emotion, every new awareness. You are the canvas, the artist, and the masterpiece, all at once. Phase 2. Dissolve the identity that was never yours. There is a crucial difference, a fundamental distinction, between the self you meticulously built to survive this dimension, to navigate its often challenging terrain, and the luminous self that arrived here carrying galactic instruction, pristine and whole. Both are profoundly real. Both served an undeniable purpose in your soul's journey, but one of them, the survival self, has now completed its primary function, its mission accomplished in guiding you through the initial densities, and holding on to it past its point of usefulness, clinging to its familiar contours even as it crumbles, is the primary source of the suffering, the inner friction, the deep discomfort you inevitably feel when transformation accelerates, and the cosmic currents demand you shed your old skin. The old identity, the one constructed from other people's often limiting definitions, from pervasive cultural conditioning, from the sheer necessity of fitting into societal systems that were never designed with your unique, expansive frequency in mind. That identity is not your enemy. It was not malicious. It was a protective structure, a temporary shell, a masterful disguise your soul donned to move through the density of early Earth experience without fragmenting entirely, without being overwhelmed by the stark contrast between your inner light and the outer darkness. Honor it for what it was, for the vital service it provided. Acknowledge its ingenuity and its protective embrace. And then consciously, lovingly, with immense gratitude, release your grip on it. Allow it to dissolve like morning mist, knowing its purpose is complete. This does not mean erasing your personal history or abandoning everything you have painstakingly built in this lifetime, the relationships, the achievements, the lessons learned. It means choosing not to let the past, however beautiful or challenging, be the ceiling of your limitless expansion. It means understanding, at a profound cellular level, that the Arcturian rewrite is not erasing you, is not diminishing your essence. It is, in its magnificent grace, revealing you. It is peeling back the layers of illusion, of borrowed beliefs, of conditioned responses. beneath the accumulated sediment of conditioning, beneath the intricate web of survival patterns and limiting beliefs, beneath the identity that learned to make itself small enough, palatable enough, to pass through spaces that were never truly built for the vastness of a starseed's soul. Beneath all of that, your original galactic template is perfectly intact, pristine and shimmering. The crystalline frequencies are not creating something new, something that never existed before. No, they are restoring something ancient, something eternal, something that has always been your true, authentic, divine blueprint. Phase 3. Allow the cellular transmission to reach your awareness. Your DNA is not merely a biological code, a blueprint for your physical form. It is a sophisticated, multi-dimensional library, a living archive of cosmic memory. It carries within its intricate double helix the memory of your galactic lineage, the precise coordinates of your star origin, the countless missions you have completed across other dimensions and timelines, and the extraordinary skills, innate wisdom, and expanded perceptual capacities that your current incarnation specifically came here to express and embody. Most of this vast reservoir of information has, until now, been operating below the threshold of your conscious awareness. Not because it was inaccessible, or locked away by some cosmic gatekeeper, but because the vibrational environment of the lower density Earth field, with its prevailing frequencies of fear, struggle, and limitation, was not sufficiently resonant, not potent enough to activate the relevant sequences, to unlock these dormant potentials. That environment, however, is now changing with unprecedented speed and intensity. The 5D crystalline frequencies now moving through the planetary grid are not random energetic surges. They are specifically designed, and the word designed is chosen deliberately and with profound intention, because this is not a chaotic accident, but a divinely orchestrated, intelligently guided process. To interact with the dormant, often junk or silent sequences in your DNA and begin their systematic activation. This is the very essence of the cellular rewrite, the deep biological upgrade. This is why you are suddenly drawn, often inexplicably, to new information, to previously unfamiliar spiritual practices, to specific communities and frequencies, to resonant mentors and teachings that your earlier self would not have recognized, would not have understood, or would not have resonated with in the slightest. Your cells are following an intricate ancient map, a luminous set of instructions that your conscious mind is only just beginning to decipher and read. Support this profound process consciously. Bring your awareness regularly and lovingly into the body, not with the intention to fix it, to control it, or to override its intelligence, but with the profound intention to listen to it, to honor its wisdom, to feel its subtle shifts and communications. The body, in this grand cosmic design, is both the receiver and the transmitter simultaneously. It is the sacred vessel where the vast galactic information becomes tangible terrestrial reality, where spirit takes form. When you honor the body's intrinsic need for stillness, for clean frequency environments, minimizing exposure to low vibrational input, for time outside, immersed in the healing frequencies of nature, away from the artificial electromagnetic noise and static of your modern world, you are optimizing the conditions for the cellular transmission to move all the way through you, to integrate seamlessly and powerfully into your entire being. This conscious care accelerates your integration and allows your light to shine ever brighter. Phase 4. Let the luminous self lead. There is a version of you that exists, vibrant and whole, within your energetic field right now, a version of you that is not afraid. This is not because it has never known the experience of fear, for it encompasses all human experience, but because it exists at a higher frequency, a sovereign state of being, where fear is understood as pure information, a signal or a sensation, rather than an unyielding instruction or a master to be obeyed. This version of you, what we might call the luminous self, the activated template, the galactic identity fully integrated with and expressed through your human experience, has been present in your field for the entirety of this lifetime, available, waiting patiently, sending you subtle yet undeniable signals through every moment of inexplicable knowing, every flash of intuition that bypassed logic, every vivid dream that felt more real and resonant than waking life. Every time you gazed at the vast, star-studded night sky and felt something deep in your chest respond as though to a profound homecoming, a remembrance of where you truly originate. That version of you is not a distant possibility residing solely in some abstract future, an idealized self you must strive endlessly to become. It is in the field right now, broadcasting clear, undeniable coordinates into your present reality. The crystalline rewrite, in its profound wisdom and precision, is actively bringing the frequency of your current conscious awareness into direct alignment with the magnificent frequency of that luminous, eternal template. And as the gap between these two frequencies narrows, as the dissonance dissolves, things in your life that were built on misaligned or outdated frequencies begin, inevitably, to fall away. Sometimes this dissolution occurs gently, like autumn leaves drifting softly to the ground. At other times, it manifests with the powerful, undeniable force of a structure whose foundation could no longer hold the weight of your expanding light, crumbling to create space for something far more aligned. This is not punishment, nor is it random chaos. This is divine precision, a cosmic choreography. The Arcturian Council oversees these intricate recalibrations with an intelligence that operates across timelines and dimensions, ensuring that what must dissolve does so in the perfect order and at the most optimal pace that serves your highest and most graceful integration. Your profound work, your sacred duty in this phase, is to trust the inherent intelligence of the process, enough to consciously let the luminous self step forward. It means making choices from that higher frequency, from that place of inner knowing and expansive wisdom, rather than from the reactive frequency of the old fear-based identity. It means choosing to speak from it, to move through your life from it, to engage and make contact with others, from that place of authentic, unshakable truth. Because that, my dear starseed, is precisely what the world desperately needs from you now. Not a more polished, more refined, or more palatable version of the self that was built to survive the old paradigm, the old density, but the full, unguarded, luminously activated, and powerfully authentic transmission of who you actually are, a beacon of pure cosmic light in human form. Phase 5. Become the bridge. Starseeds are not simply here for personal ascension, to lift themselves out of the earthly experience and vanish into higher realms. They are here for a far more profound and pivotal purpose. They are here to bridge. The crystalline rewrite does not seek to lift you entirely out of the human experience, detaching you from your terrestrial reality. On the contrary, it transforms you into someone uniquely capable of moving between densities with unparalleled fluency and grace, carrying higher dimensional frequencies and insights into spaces that have perhaps never consciously felt them before. Your very presence, healed, activated, and fully embodied, is itself a powerful transmission, a living frequency carrier. The people in your life who have not yet awakened to these deeper truths, who are still operating within the older paradigms, are not obstacles to your evolution, nor are they burdens to be overcome. They are, in many cases, the very reason your soul chose this particular incarnation, this specific family lineage, this unique community, this precise timeline. They are part of your intricate soul contract. When you stabilize within the higher frequency of your activated template, when you anchor yourself firmly in the truth of your luminous being, you become a living tuning fork for the planet. Without conscious effort, without elaborate strategies, without the exhausting and often frustrating attempt to convince anyone of anything through intellectual argument, you begin to subtly and powerfully recalibrate the energetic fields of those around you. You do this simply by being present, by holding your truth with unwavering integrity and authentic resonance. This, beloved soul, is your primary function as a bridge. Not to drag anyone forward against their will, for each soul has its own sacred timing, but to hold a frequency steady and strong enough that those who are ready, those who are subconsciously seeking, can find their own resonance, their own pathway to awakening through proximity to yours. You become a living invitation to higher states of being. This is precisely why your visibility matters so profoundly. This is why your willingness to speak your truth, to express your unique gifts, to create from your heart, to show up authentically in whatever form your mission takes in this lifetime, is not an act of self-indulgence or egoic display. It is, in fact, service of the highest order, an essential contribution to the collective awakening. For a bridge, however beautifully designed, is only useful if someone builds it, if someone embodies its structure and allows passage across the divide. You are that living bridge, connecting heaven and earth, the ancient future and the evolving present. Phase 6. Navigate the timeline acceleration. As the crystalline frequencies intensify their penetration into the planetary field and into your individual energy system, time itself begins to behave differently, losing its rigid linearity. You may begin to notice that synchronicities, those meaningful coincidences that once seemed rare, are arriving faster and with increasing frequency, weaving a tapestry of undeniable guidance. Manifestations that once took years of focused effort to bring into form are now compressing into weeks, sometimes even days. A testament to your increased vibrational alignment and co-creative power. The deep internal work you undertake in one sitting, one meditation, one moment of profound insight, creates energetic shifts and breakthroughs that would previously have required months, if not years, of dedicated practice and persistent effort. This accelerating pace, this profound compression of cause and effect, is not a symptom of your imagination becoming more creative or your desires becoming more potent in isolation. It is direct, irrefutable evidence of the timeline compression that accompanies dimensional transition, a fundamental shift in the very fabric of reality. In this acceleration, discernment becomes absolutely essential, a vital tool for navigation. Not all frequencies presenting themselves as high-dimensional or ascension-oriented are genuinely aligned with your highest truth. Not every signal entering your field, whether it comes through media, other people, or even your own internal dialogue, has your highest alignment and well-being at its center. Part of your profound activation at this phase is developing the innate capacity to feel the difference, to intuitively sense, at the level of your energetic body and your soul's deepest knowing, which transmissions are genuinely aligned with your galactic template, and which are simply dressed in the alluring language of ascension without actually carrying its authentic frequency, like fool's gold shining brightly, but lacking true value. Trust your body's intelligence here. It is your most reliable barometer. The activated starseed does not navigate these complex, rapidly shifting terrains by intellect alone. The body itself becomes a sophisticated instrument of discernment, a finely tuned energetic compass. A transmission that truly carries crystalline 5D frequency will feel expansive within your being without being destabilizing or overwhelming. It will open you gently and profoundly, rather than creating hooks, attachments, or dependencies. It will increase your clarity of mind and your groundedness in your physical reality simultaneously, creating a harmonious balance. This is because genuine 5D frequency is not about escapism, not about transcending the human experience to avoid its challenges. It is, at its core, an integration, a profound unification that makes you more present, more aware, and more powerfully embodied in this dimension, not less so, allowing you to walk with one foot on Earth and the other in the stars. Phase 7. Anchor your origin in this moment. The final phase of this current activation cycle, the culmination of all this profound inner work and cosmic recalibration, is anchoring. All of the dissolution of the old, all of the deep recalibration of your being, all of the luminous emergence of your true self means nothing, ultimately, if it does not come to rest, fully integrated and embodied, in the present moment of your lived human experience. Ascension that has no ground, no solid connection to the physical reality of Earth, is not true ascension. It is often dissociation dressed in spiritual language, a form of spiritual bypassing that serves neither you nor the sacred mission you came to carry. Your journey is not about floating away. It is about bringing heaven to earth. The Arcturian wisdom has always, consistently, and profoundly emphasized this fundamental principle. The highest, most refined frequencies must be anchored in the densest available plane. This is why you consciously chose to incarnate here in a physical body, on a planet of extraordinary density and breathtaking, unparalleled beauty, a vibrant crucible of experience. You came not to escape it, not to bypass its lessons or its challenges, but to bring your vast galactic intelligence, your multidimensional wisdom, your luminous light all the way down into the cellular, embodied, this moment reality of being human. When you do that, when you consciously and intentionally let the star frequencies run all the way through every fiber of your being, through your root chakra, and deeply into the ground beneath your feet, connecting with the crystalline core of Gaia herself, you become something the cosmos has been preparing for cycles without end. You become a fully grounded, fully activated, fully present, and profoundly powerful bridge between dimensions, a living conduit for cosmic consciousness. This, then, is the completion of the rewrite. Not an ending in the linear sense, but a powerful stabilization, an integration of all that has transpired. Not a final destination, for the soul's journey is infinite, but a firm and unshakable foundation from which the next, even more expansive phase of your mission can truly begin to unfold. Here is what the Arcturian High Council wants you to hold as your final transmission for this moment. A truth to deeply embed within your soul. You were not sent here merely to witness the awakening from a safe, detached distance, observing it like a spectator. You were not encoded with these magnificent high-frequency transmissions so that you could simply consume information about transformation without ever truly becoming it, without diving into its alchemical fire. Every layer of confusion you have bravely moved through, every false identity that has, sometimes painfully, fallen away from your grasp, every moment of profound disorientation that inevitably preceded a glorious breakthrough, all of it was intentional. All of it was meticulously calibrated by a higher intelligence that loves you beyond measure. All of it was the Arcturian rewrite running its necessary, precise, and perfect course through your entire system, preparing your energetic field, your physical body, and your conscious awareness to hold and embody what it could not have held before, what it was not yet ready for. The dissolution you feared, the very unraveling that sometimes brought you to your knees, was not an ending. It was the doorway, the sacred portal to your true self. The losing of yourself that you grieved so deeply, that felt like an abandonment, was, in fact, the finding of something so much older, so much vaster, and so incomparably magnificent that your earthbound mind simply had no category for it, no frame of reference to contain its immensity. You are not who you were. You are, finally, becoming who you always were, before the density of this dimension, before the layers of human experience, before the collective programming placed its sediment over your original pure light. And now, the frequencies are diligently clearing that sediment, layer by layer, cell by cell, timeline by timeline, revealing the brilliance that was always your birthright. The luminous being that connects worlds. That was always your deepest function, always your most profound gift, always the reason your soul chose this exact moment, this exact body, this exact lifetime on this exact planet, in this extraordinary threshold of dimensional change. You were never lost in the cosmic tapestry. You were always, in every moment, arriving. Tonight, as the day draws to a close, find a sacred moment of stillness and quiet before you drift into sleep. And then, with intention and presence, say this aloud into the energetic field that surrounds and permeates you. I release what was never truly mine. I receive what was always encoded in me. I am the bridge. I am the rewrite. I am awake in my origin and grounded in my mission. Let those powerful words move through you, not just as sound or meaning, but as a living, vibrating force. They are not just language, they are a profound frequency arrangement, a powerful declaration of your sovereignty and your truth. And the field, the entire cosmos, is listening, responding, and aligning with your command. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of what's forming here. Drop one intention in the comments, something real. Then respond to someone else's with encouragement or energy. This isn't content, it's collective alignment. Energy multiplies when intention connects. If something in this message resonated, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your orbit is waiting for this exact activation. Share it. And if you felt a soul nudge, subscribe. Stay in the flow. You're not just watching, you're expanding. This is your space, and we're just getting started. And if your heart is calling for guidance on divine love and sacred union, I also bring transmissions on Arcturian heart wisdom, where we explore the twin flame journey, heart healing, and attracting your divine counterpart. You'll find the link in the description.